I have defended socialism from a political standpoint. I've done it in other videos. You can go back and check those out. But since there are people out there who insist on making socialism a financial thing and a profitable thing, let's do that. Let's go down the money trail. So, you want workers to control the means of production. Okay, fine. You want workers to get more out of the means in production. Okay, fine. I'm all for treating workers better. I've actually got a video coming out on that, or I've already done it, depending on when you're watching this. So let's look at this real quick. I just have a few questions when it comes to socialism from a money standpoint. You want workers to work into a business and they pretty much share the profits out of the business. They get the most that they can out of the business. Okay, fine. So what happens when a new worker comes in? Do they get the same amount, or do they get what you're making at that point because the business has grown and everybody's sharing them, getting the most out of it as possible? Forget that. Let's talk about the initial entry into that business, into whatever that workforce is. Does that new employee then have to turn around and give the initial investment that it took to get that business going? Or do they give the amount that the business is at right now because it grew? How does that work? Or do they pay it off in time as they continue to work? That last one sounds really, really fishy. When they leave that business, do they still get the profits that the business had because they did help run the business, get the maximum profits out of things? How exactly does this work from a money standpoint? Again, I'm all for treating workers better. I've done these videos already. But I just want to know, since everybody wants to make socialism a financial thing, explain this to me. When you apply to start the company, do you have to come up with that money up front? That initial investment? How does this work? Do you take out a loan for it? How does this work? I'm just curious. Because the means, the productions, if you don't realize by now, you already work for a socialist government. The government itself is socialist. See, they take the means of productions, they actually do control it despite what you want to think. It's called taxes, regulations, permits, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. You can't even open a business without their permission. The only problem is that they don't give back any of the production, whatever the business brings in, right? Except they do, in the forms of everything that we pay taxes for. The biggest problem with this is most of you dumbasses want to look at socialism as a financial thing, and you don't expect more from the fucking socialist government system you're already in. Whenever you hear a politician take credit for the economy, I'm not sure how that's not socialism. Because you've elected these people to represent you. Therefore, they are controlling the means of productions for you. Because you thought it was a good idea to vote for this person. Therefore, we are all controlling the means of production. You're just not expecting more out of it. Somebody comes to you and goes Medicare for all, and most of you go, what? No. Free college, most of you go, what? No. So again, I've done socialism from the political standpoint. I think I've explained that pretty well. But since everybody wants to go the financial route, let's go the financial route. And believe me, I can do this forever because this is just the tip of the iceberg. I enjoy picking shit off and picking it apart. I enjoy this. This is fun to me. Believe me, I haven't even begun to pick apart the system in which you live in. So stay tuned.